Hello everyone, 626 Games here, coming at you live with another stream of Satisfactory. Now I apologize, I know I am 2 days late on this one, but I had dental surgery on Tuesday and I was unable to speak. But enough about that, that's not why you're here. Today we are going to finish building our ultimate first tier base. Now the only thing that I have done in between these streams is I've gathered a ton of material. Hang on, let me adjust my sound levels here. I had the game at high volume when I play by myself because I like to listen to the music. So there we go. Now you guys should be able to hear me a lot better. So the only thing I did in between streams is I gathered a whole bunch of concrete and steel, which we do not have in the inventory yet. It's in the containers because I wanted to start on the second level of the factory, where we will be transporting all of the first tier materials upwards to the next tier, because we're going to start working on the next tier of research. And for that, I like to have a nice clean start. So today's main focus is going to be building out this platform and then bringing each tier 1 material up to the second tier with its own private storage, so that we can start working on the tier 2 tech. So I got plenty of building foundations. We're gonna run up here to where we're starting level 2 already. As you see, I just got a little bit of it laid out. I only did this so that I could see how high I wanted it, because I did not want any clipping. But we'll switch to the zoop. And we're just going to quickly build out, basically covering the same amount of distance that we already have with the old factory. Just a second level of it. And this makes it so fast. I think I had mentioned it on the first stream that it was probably about 20 hours or so, probably even more, into my first playthrough before I discovered this. And as you can imagine, placing each one of those individual platforms, all of that probably took about 20 minutes doing it individually. But it took me like a minute doing it that way. So much nicer. But anyway, we're going to go and do this side as well, but I don't want to go as far as that because I will have clipping over here. So I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay going that far, but we're not going to go any more further over. And currently, I should have almost enough material to finish this. Probably going to need just a little bit more concrete. Just take a running leap off of here. Haha. Should have plenty more concrete, and actually we can finish what we were doing from down below as well. The building in this game is fantastic. So easy. Satisfying. I mean, that's in the name, I'm assuming. Oops, missed one. Also, the last time I was playing this, I was playing on a crummy little laptop, so even the zoop method took quite a bit, but I'm running a pretty powerful PC right now, so it doesn't seem to have any issue. I don't know if I had mentioned, but one of the reasons why I didn't make it through the last playthrough all the way is because the machine that I was running wasn't strong enough. At some point, my factory just couldn't run. I had maybe 2 frames per second going, and every 5 steps I would lag for about 5 seconds. So I gave up on that. But we've got much bigger PC, a lot more RAM. Solid state drive on this one. The laptop didn't have a solid state, it had a regular old drive in it. But now we have no technical excuses. No excuses allowed. We're gonna finish this one this time, or at least, I don't know if I would consider it finishing. The game is still in early access. But I'm going to at least get as far as I can before switching over to mainstreaming another game. Alright, hopefully I didn't go too far over. I don't want to cover my ramp over here. Great. So now that we've got the space, the next thing I'm going to need is a bunch of these storage containers. And we're going to start on the edge over here, right about here. And I like to place them directly in the middle of the tile block here. Probably going to have more than I need, but it's better than me having to build more later. But there we go. So we're going to run each resource now that we've already been producing up to each one of these. That's going to hurt a little bit. Well, I didn't hurt. That's amazing. How did I end up with this big hole right here, though? Let's fix that. And then we can maybe go one more. So we're going to need a little bit of room. There we go. In fact, you know what? There. We'll leave this part exposed, and if we do build, we'll leave this big hole here. And by that I mean we'll go like this. And we'll leave a gap here because we have to run all of these belts up to there. There we go. Now, the first thing, in order to do what I am wanting to do, did we unlock it? Yes. Here we go. We have this MAM. Oh, we're going to need more cables for that. Oh, where do I have cables? Cables are... Been a little bit since I've actually played. I don't think I've got cables going yet, do I? Because this would be my copper. Right, so we haven't even got cables going yet. Okay, well, first thing we're going to do then is we're going to get more cables going. Because we're running out of those, and we're going to have to handcraft those, and I want to be done handcrafting things. I do not want to handcraft stuff anymore. Not sure how many I need, but we'll make a few so we can get a couple constructors built. There we go, that's enough. Get the cable construction going. Where's that green line at? There we go. You get little green lines that show you when you're lined up. Yeah, I've lined up on that machine. Come on. There we go. If it's lined up, you can do a straight conveyor belt. Oh no, not cable, we need wires first. First the wire. We also need to run power over here. Let's take it from that one. We don't want to overburden them. There, now we have power. We'll have wires. And we'll need another constructor for the cables. Running over here, I have my reinforced plates. And I'm realizing a mistake that I made. I don't want to build my storage on this side. I want to build my storages on the other side. Otherwise, I'm going to have belts running backwards through the base to get up to there. And we don't have the capability to do belts on the roof yet. So really what I should do is come just past my ramp here. And I'll move these other platforms later. And build more out that way. But I'm not going to do all that on camera. Plus I might end up using these platforms back here. Because right now we don't have enough resources being produced to actually make all of our next tier, because a lot of these resources are already being used with other stuff. Let's see how far we can go with. We have 300. It'll be 50 each. Yeah, we could actually make pretty good distance that way. I want to stay away from that poison, so I'll go this way. This looks all clear land, and we have more resources too. Build those out. And there's a trick to quickly deconstructing stuff as well. If you hold left control and highlight them, and then all at once. Very handy. Alright. We want them facing this way. Just a little bit of a mishap, but easy, quick fix. Everything in this game that you disassemble, you get all your materials back. There is no waste. So there's no need to worry that, oh no, I just wasted a whole bunch of stuff because I had to rebuild something. That is not what happens. You get all your stuff back. Alright, now we're talking. That's our biofuel. We're not worried about that. First thing I am going to move over will be the closest and easiest one. And we're going to go that way. We don't want to intersect with our ramp, but we also want to give us room to be able to go under without having to constantly jump. And we hop over to logistics and we have a lift. And let's build a steep ramp going up so we don't have to keep taking this very slow ramp that I have. Like that. We'll just get rid of this platform. Huh, how'd that happen? Let's try that again. I think I have to get rid of this one first. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah? No, not perfect. Darn. Honestly, I think I'm just going to rebuild this one. Yeah. Because we don't need such... The only reason I built such a skinny, long ramp in the first place is because trucks cannot go up and down this steep of an incline. They need a much less of an incline to be able to travel. Now, if I build one there, I won't be able to pass, so there. Now we've got a much better ramp up to the second story, and we'll build another ramp way back there. So back to what I was doing. There. Now, while I'm doing everything else, we'll fill up with reinforced plates over here. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and do that with each one of the first tier materials already built, or already being built. And we are going to continue down the cable line as well. So we have wires. And then we need cables. And power. There. Now we have cables going as well, and I'm going to set that other wire to cable. And then we're going to set this other copper to wire. Just want it to be lined up with this one as well. Doesn't want to line up though. Oh, I'm missing the cable. It's not that it doesn't want to line up, it's just I don't have enough cables. So set that one to cable, set you to cable. Power the new one as well. And we'll just wait a second till we have enough cables. We're not going to make a third cable because we're going to need wires as well. So we'll leave this one at wires. There we go. Hook it up. Turn it on. And we need power. Let's run this one here. Why are you red? Red means it's not working. No power? I thought I gave you power. There we go. Green, green, everything's green. Cables are being made, wires are being made. How are we doing on concrete? Probably not that great, yeah. Concrete is slowed at the process it is because I have yet to find another limestone deposit. So that is going to be one of the things that I'm going to do after I get all of the materials hooked up to here. We'll go exploring. We'll find some new deposits and we'll bring them back to the base here. But while these are working, I'm going to go ahead and start moving this stuff over here. First thing we have, rods. And I'll take those rods. Those are for me now. And we're going to run the rods over here as far as it'll go. It's about as far as we can run one single conveyor belt before we need to make a second one. Now, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 rods will go here. Is that too far? Can I go a little further than that? That's too far. That's good. Let's hotbar the lift so I don't have to keep coming into here for it. What is that, 7? We'll make that 7. Run that up. I might be able to connect it from here. Nah, I can't see it because these are in the way. Which technically these aren't even really needed. You just get rid of them so we can see what we're doing a little bit better. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm leaving 5 spaces for all of the copper stuff. And for the limestone. The concrete, I'm sorry. Now these, I believe... Yep, there we go. Those are running along. Alright, that's 2 down. Next we have screws over here. Yes. Why aren't these stacked together? That's silly. There. Now we're going to run the screws next to the cables. Raise it up and then straight this way. And then another lift. The angle's okay, as long as it's not much more of an angle than that. Because we have enough room. Too much of an angle, though, and it's going to do some weird curvy stuff. Alright. I think the next... What else do we have over here? We have... I know what else we need. We need these ingots. Now, I don't know what this is doing here, but I'm going to do a more efficient way of running these so that we can power these machines, and then we're going to take all the extra ingots and run them up to there, because I believe we will need raw ingots later. So what I'm going to do is not the splitter. We're going to do a merger. And this will be slowing things down just a little bit until I can upgrade all of my logistical stuff. But it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so let's run it facing that way. And then another one facing that way. Hopefully they're not too close to each other. There. Now all three machines are going to be running all of their product into this line. Then we're going to do the same thing over here, but with splitters. So you're going to split it there. You're going to split yours onto this one, and then we'll have a third splitter here once we get some more cables in our inventory. And everything should be lining up. It's easier if you do it from this side. There. So now we can run this to here. And now the same line is going to run to all of these machines. So everyone will have plenty of ingots. How'd that happen? Oh, I see. This middle one got messed up. That'll be our little secret then. How about that? We'll just leave it that way. It's not a big deal. And now we can run our extra ingots over here. I don't want the lines to cross. Let's see if I can line it up perfectly without them crossing. Yes. It doesn't matter, technically. It'll turn yellow to warn you that they're clipping, but it doesn't really matter. It won't affect the game in any way. This is mostly for aesthetic reasons. This is just a me problem. If you don't care at all, you can have your belts going any way you want. We'll have a little bit of crossing like that, so I'm gonna run it down. Oh, I need some more iron plates. I'm making those, and they're feeding into here. Instead of going past it and getting them, we can grab them straight from that machine. And now we're going to run this up to here. Too far. What's in here again? This can actually go. That'll make my job a little easier. And while I'm thinking about it, I don't know how long it's been since I've refilled my my power supply. Oh, we're at 119 out of 200, and it runs them all at the same speed or whatever, so if they were all full, they should all be at the same, but some of them were not full. So I'll just quickly take a second and Dump all of this fuel into these. And then I'm going to put all the extra fuel I have into this container here because there's no reason for me to carry that around at all. And now I can run this line where I want it to, which is over here. Yeah, let's just do that instead of doing the lift. So much easier. Looks good. Okay. Next we have... Let's see, we had the screws, the tubes, the ingots. We have the good iron plates, or the reinforced iron plates, and we'll need another one for regular iron plates. So I think I'll actually have to make a few more of the storage containers. This thing out of my way. Let's do more storage containers over on this side here, a little bit past our ramp. It's sitting on the edge, in the middle. Oh, too steep. That's because I need to do more of these. I keep right-clicking instead of left-clicking when I build. And we did gather more concrete, so we're able to do a couple more of those. There. Now we can do that. In the middle and on the edge. Do at least two more. I know I need one for steel plates, which is being produced here already. Very weirdly. Let's fix that. So we'll need a merger first. We'll merge the two lines. Then we'll do a splitter. This one over here, and there we go. I still can't seem to get this ramp to work right. What if I were to do one of these? That's good enough. Alright, so we have everything from iron. First tier, all the iron first tier stuff being produced and brought up here. We have 4 spots for our copper stuff and our concrete right here, which all we need to do to get that where we need is to just run this belt. Here, I'll just get rid of this little one. And we just run this belt up and over this equipment here. We're going to go right about here so we can go up. I don't want to intersect this one because then it'll turn yellow and that'll bug me. So then we'll just go around it a little bit like that. It's too long. Go to about here. Actually, we'll have to be a little bit finagly to avoid crossing with this one. So we will go here instead. Just a touch bit further. Almost got it. Right here? Yeah, there we go. Now we have no intersection. Being delivered all the way up there. Great. Now we just have the last 3 copper-based items. We have the wire. We have 3, right? Well, you know what? I'm going to go double check really quick. From over here. Actually, rotors I would consider tier 2. So, ingot 1. Ah, we have the copper sheets. That's right. Wire, cable, copper sheets, and copper ingots. So 4 of them. And I did make 2. So I will run... Did I have another... Yes, I do. This one's making wires. And I have made the same mistake here that I made with the iron stuff the last time I was making it, is I built everything way too close. I don't have any room for splitters or any of that stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly deconstruct all of these machines so I can spread them out a little bit. And being able to just break stuff down and build it again so quickly is very helpful. Having no loss of materials. Why don't we line them up with the other machines so we know we have enough room. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. We're going to split it. From here, we're going to have to change the direction to here and there. Hook up these 3 machines with the belt, and then I got to do power and the recipe. Wires. First, we're going to need lots and lots of wires. We'll build what we need and then send the rest down the line the same way. And then again, we're going to do a merger here. And then 2 more mergers. Now we just need to hook it all up. Need a couple more iron plates because of all of the new belts and everything that we're making. Should have over here enough. I don't really want to go all the way up top just yet, but I know I have them going up top. Hook up these 2 to this one. Now the last thing is power. Alright, that's the wires. And then the excess copper is going to go this way. We're going to run it to one of these 3, and then I think we'll do the copper sheets on the final one that way. Raise you up as much as you can, and then we'll just ramp it in. Easy peasy! Next we'll do the wires and then cables in the same exact way. Will it line up? Yep, it'll line up with this machine all the way over here, that green line. That way I know I have enough room. Ooh, just enough to not clip. Is it clipping, or is it going over? Oh, I think that's actually perfect. Nice. Maybe the tiniest little bit of clipping underneath, but not enough to turn it yellow. Anyway, do the splitters again with enough room in between. Let's see, it's going to go that way, and then that way, and then the final one needs to be spun just a little bit around. This grid stuff in front of you makes it a little bit difficult to see, but I've been playing this long enough that I can just zip and zoom. Pretty much can tell what I'm doing, but it might be a little difficult to tell on the video what's going on sometimes. Alright, so we want it exiting that way. This one exiting that way. And we're missing iron plates again. And we have none in here, so we're gonna have to run up here and see what you got. Hey, we got more than a whole stack. It's really dark down here too. The next thing I'm going to unlock is the stuff that gives me stuff like lights, because I know it gets really dark, especially when you start building platforms above. Even in daylight it'll be a little dark. Let's see, back to the merger. One going that way, and one more going that way. Hook these all up. Oh, that's not right. Try that again. Hook these all up, and then we have to power in set recipes. Cables all the way, and then we take whatever's left. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh wait, no, I missed that one, that's all. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we should be able to run this belt just a little bit this way, and we'll pretty much just follow what this other one's doing. I think we can go over that, no problem. Yeah, we can. Okay. And run it straight into there. Now we have wires, we have ingots. Now we just need to do mergers on this one. I guess technically I only need one of them here, since this is the final production. And we can hook all three up to this one. And run it up to this last one. No clipping. Great. Perfect. And now the last thing that we do need is the copper sheets. Which I'm going to go and look at how much actual copper is coming this way. Not a whole lot right now, but like I said, it will improve a little bit once we can get the second tier of the logistics unlocked. So for now, it's just going to be a little slow. And I'm trying to figure out a way where I can get some copper sheets going down here as well, because I've got room down here, so I'd rather use the space that we're already mostly used. So I think I'll pop one on this side, one on this side. Doesn't look like there's any clipping. Let's get some power to them. And copper sheet. Gonna run the splitter. Let's do the splitter past that. Not the fastest for sure, but that'll give us something for now. And then we'll need a merger. We'll pop the merger in front of this one. And that's the last one we need. Uh-oh, clipping with something. Let's go this way. Up a little bit. Let's go over here so we don't clip with that belt. And then up like that. Alright. I'm just going to double check my research post over here one more time. And I think if I don't have any current research going, I'm going to go ahead and move this thing too. Let's see if this is empty. It is not empty. Let's empty it first. Because if we try to pick up and we don't have enough room, it's not going to let me pick it up. So let's drop off all that extra stuff in here. I think we definitely don't need all of these copper ingots. We'll get rid of most of those. There we go. Now we've got room. Deconstruct that. Drop off the rest of this junk that I just picked up. Hub parts, we need those. Okay, that's all we need. Alright, so we're going to rebuild our hub up in Tier 2 now. Because I think we're mostly done down here in Tier 1 until we want to add more stuff to get more generation going. And we'll eventually have to come down here and replace all of the logistic stuff. But I believe we're going to need more advanced materials to upgrade all our logistics anyway. So let's build the hub up here closer to all of our materials here. And where is there a good place to build a bridge going across? Probably right here. So we'll do that one there, and we're just going to pop a little bridge here when we have some iron plates. Oh, that's the reinforced iron plate. That's not the one I want. Iron plates were over here. I'll get some little signs built up when I can. Oh, these got all messed up too somehow. Well, that's not going to stand, is it? I'm probably going to have to fix that. That's probably going to bother me. Well, I'll do that off camera. I'm not going to bore you guys with me sitting here and fixing every one of these. I just needed a little bit of steel. That's not where I wanted it. I wanted to build a little bridge over here without connecting, or without going over any of these other things, but I guess I can just do that for now. Like some sort of walkway. That doesn't intersect anything. That's perfect, actually. Alright. Now, research. Got jump pads? No. Resource sync bonus program? Yes. That is what is going to start unlocking all the aesthetics like lights and everything. And then we also have the Logistics Mark II, which I think I'm actually going to go with the Resource Sync bonus program first, so that I can show off what that does. Dump all of our resources that we have. Now we need plates and concrete. Now I highly doubt I have that much concrete. Yeah, we have 147. Not a whole lot. So again, let's just dump everything that we've got. Concrete, everything into here. Where's that personal storage box? You take everything except for my bashy stick. And we're gonna go do some exploring. How do I get out the bashy stick? Oh, that's my chainsaw. I don't want that. There we go. Bashy stick equipped. Now we need to find another source of limestone. That is our biggest deficiency right now. Now, ideally, I could just take my pick and gather it myself. And I might do that in my off time if I can't find another limestone deposit. But ideally, I would like to find another limestone deposit. We got a baddie down here. I'm just trying to remember, what was it, V? No. C? No. Oh, you know, if I paid attention, you actually hold V. You don't tap it, you hold it. Alright, we have 267M that way. 270M that way. I know it's meters. Was there a limestone source? Because a limestone source over here is going to be relatively safe. Because that's not the one I already have. Let's scan again. It went away too quick. 120, 90... 300. Okay, so we have two of them this way. There, right there. Right next to some weird looking thing. And then the other one, I can't quite see from here, but I'm assuming it's right there behind this big rock. We have one of those slugs over here too. Alright, so if I were to tap into one of those, we're going to need to bring power all the way over here. We're going to need to clear these trees. I think I'm going to go for whichever one is behind this rock first. It's probably going to be a little easier to get to. Yeah, I can see it actually right there. Alright, so we need, for power lines, we're going to need cables. And I just realized that I left all of my material and stuff all the way up there. Whoops. Oh, we don't even have power going to these yet. So, yeah, I'm going to have to run back up there and grab my stuff. Out of my hub. Ah, I failed at platforming. I thought I could be slick and jump all the way up there. And then I fell. Oh, what do we have in here? Plenty of materials. Let's grab the rest of our steel that we've made, along with any concrete that we've made, because we're probably going to need those to build the platforms, at least, for the conveyor belt. Because we're going to have to run our conveyor belt all the way back here. Oh, but first, let's do this. Hook all these up to power so they can make cables while we're gone. I do love the unlimited sprint. That is very nice. And let's do our ramp here so I don't break my legs. Which I fell anyway. Okay. Chainsaw time. Which I don't have any fuel, so no chainsaw time. At least the fuel isn't all the way up at the hub. The fuel is right here. Now it's chainsaw time. Our area of effect chainsaw, just get rid of these trees. A couple reasons why I like to get rid of the trees is if any enemies are spawning in these trees, I'm not going to see them until they're already hitting me. Also, we need it for fuel, turning it into biofuel. Oh, hello. I see you up there. I only have 15 concrete, so I won't be able to get to that just yet, but I see you, and I will come back for you. And I also see them. So speaking of enemies, yeah, if I don't cut all the trees, these guys can just spawn, and I won't see them until they're already charging me. Come on. Now, fighting two of these guys at once is not fair, because one will be charging you from one side, while the other one's charging you from the other side. Just gotta be good. Get around him. That's one down. Where's his loot? Ah, here it is. Over here. Alright. Got them both down. Back to chopping. Or chainsawing. Chop it with a chainsaw? I guess it's a very slow chop. And here is that lovely limestone deposit. Oh, we do not have any of the portable miners, so I won't be able to build a big miner on it just yet. But that's okay, we gotta run power as well. So let's run power back to the base. Perfect. Now we just need to grab the portable miner and then conveyor belt all the way down, which is going to require quite a bit of steel. And I only have iron plates, excuse me, and I only have 30 of them, so I'm not going to have enough to run a belt all the way there just yet. But you get what the idea is. And we'll run it as far as we can. They only take 1 each, but this miner Mark 1 does take 10 away from me right away. So I'm only going to have just a little bit left. Invalid placement. Is that because there is stuff on top of it? I might have to break away these big rocks first. That's probably going to take a few minutes. Let's try now. And I'm going to hotkey this with 8 so I don't have to keep coming into here. Still invalid placement. I'm guessing Impure. Impure. If there's another rock I gotta crush, it'll probably say, start mining limestone pure. There, you see? Right here. If you see that, if it's an impure vein and you see a pure one, that means it's a rock sitting on top of it. It's a lot more obvious for the iron and the copper veins if there's something sitting on top of it, but for the stone ones, it's not very obvious. Let's try now. There we go. Yeah, that's all we needed to do. And then we've got 20 of these. It's not really going to get us very far, is it? That's not going to get us very far at all. It's okay. This ramp's not really necessary over here anymore. Didn't even do me any good the first place. There. That's about as far as we're going to get right now with that. We're going to need some more steel plates or iron plates, not steel plates. Hey, it's one of those weird bird thingies. What's up, man? You look like a flower. That's probably intentional. It's like a Venus flybird. Oh, now he just realized I was here. See ya. Here's another one. Ooh, this is a weird looking rock. Oh, it's just pure limestone. Boring. Let's head back up to our iron plates, see how we're doing on iron plate production, because that is what is holding us back now. And while I'm over here, I'm going to drop off the limestone that I picked up from having to harvest those rocks and drop it directly into concrete production. Because I don't need limestone in my inventory, I don't think. We'll quickly run up here to check on the iron plates. Let's see how they are doing. 81. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick 2-3 minute break, go grab myself a drink. Suggest you guys do the same, and I'll be right back.
Say hi, Maddie.
Alright, I'm back. I had to let the dog outside. She picked that particular moment to have to go potty. I'm just making sure that the stream is all good to go. Okay, I see video. I can hear myself talking. Alright, we are good to go. Did not get a whole lot of materials built up, that's for sure, while we were gone. The question is, do we have... We do have enough to finish this little bit of tech, so let's do that. Press the button and watch the ship.
Milestone reached. You have been given early access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on exoplanets bonus program. Funneling parts into the awesome resource sink, depending on their amount and complexity, will grant you coupons in the awesome store, which can be exchanged for bonus rewards. Examples of bonus content are parts, walls, factory attachments, and cosmetics. Fixit is working hard to develop additional options, which will be added to the awesome store in the future. Go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, that's the awesome sink combined with the awesome shop. Lets you buy stuff. So the way it works is we build this quite tall building, and it has an input, and it also is going to need some power. Which all the power is currently down there. So we're going to pop you over here. And we'll run the power from... Hey, look at that. Perfect. Plug that hole back up. So, you cannot feed items directly into here, I do not believe. Now, you need to do it with the belt. So, the best way I have ever found to do that is by just building a cargo or a storage container with a belt. Easy peasy. Each different item gives, well, different items give different amounts of points. Simple items like wires and whatnot are going to give very little points because you get 2 wires for every ingot. More complex items, you're going to get a lot more, like the rotor. For example, 1 rotor fed into the awesome sink is going to give us 140 points. But 1 wire $6 points. So basically you're just going to want to feed anything extra you're producing into this at all times to unlock stuff from the store. That does look like a giant lunchbox. Or I suppose it could be maybe like some kind of vending machine of sorts. I don't know. But there is no interactive screen, so you're just going to hit E wherever. And we have all of the different options. We have organization options, which is going to give us our signs, and oddly enough, lighting. But okay. And of course, more boxes for your personal storage. Again, this is all just visual stuff. It doesn't do anything for the game itself, except for us. The lighting is what's going to help us. And we're going to need quick wire from the MAM. ma'am, to get lights. Have we built the mom yet? I don't know if we've built this yet. So let's go ahead and actually build this next to the hub. Now this is where we feed in random resources to get even more research unlocked. It tells you the cost here, and it tells you the reward. So for 1 hog remain, we're going to get alien protein, which is going to be used for medical purposes and to research. It's a very important thing that we're going to need. Only takes 3 seconds. Later on, they're going to take quite a lot longer, but in the beginning you can just kind of blow through them really fast. Next one's going to be a hatcher research. We haven't come across a hatcher yet. We have stinger research. Again, we haven't come across a stinger. And spitter. We haven't come across... Well, we have come across the spitter. Haven't we? Pretty sure we have. Let's go and see if we have one of those laying around in our storage over here. Because I'm pretty sure we ran across the spitter. I don't know if I looted him or not. Because sometimes when they die, their loot just drops into the nothingness. We have hog remains. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong side. Yeah, here we go. Plasma spitter remains. Let's grab those. And let's grab these other items, just in case they are needed in the research at all. All of these unique items I'm going to be putting upstairs. Speaking of upstairs, I really want another way to get up and down. Now, ramp, behave. There you go. Good ramp. Well, let's build that one there, and then we'll build alongside that one, because I would prefer it like this. There we go. Now I got another way of getting up top without going all the way around. Let's head on back over to the MAM and see what the spitter gives us. I think it also just gives us the alien remains, basically just letting us turn all of the alien stuff into a usable product. Yeah, turning that into alien protein. So we have our next is going to be alien DNA capsule plus biomass. And as far as unlocking the alien DNA capsule and the biomass, we need 5 of those remains things that we had just unlocked. And I think those are crafted here? No, here. Yeah, we have proteins. And we have 5 of those proteins. We have just enough to unlock this, which is going to give us, again, the alien DNA capsule and biomass, which we already have. I think it's just an alternative to unlocking biomass. I'll be right back.
Say hi, Maddie.
sorry about that. I'm back. I'm just waiting for the video to pop back up. And we have video, we have audio. Okay, so the alien DNA capsule and the biomass. Like I said, we already have biomass, so not exactly sure what this is trying to accomplish here. Four and 20, 10 and 5. I'm just going to check really quick. 4 and 20, 10 and 5. No, we already have that recipe. So, not sure what that is claiming that I'm going to unlock, but maybe that's something I can look up later. While I am down here, though, let's drop off the wooden leaves that we picked up from chainsawing. And I want another one of these, please. Another ramp. Come on, behave. Come on down. You're not doing me any good up there. Alright. Now we'll delete this one. There we go. Easier way to get up top. Ah! And of course it didn't go all the way. The ramp building in this game leaves a little bit to be desired. I understand that it would have to be technically one extra space thicker to fit into here, but why won't it just do that so that it, you know, I don't know. Anyway, what was I doing? I was checking this to see what the point of unlocking this other biomass recipe is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe if you hadn't reached the biomass recipe in the other one? But it seems like you would have already unlocked biomass before you got to this point. So we have +6 inventory slots with 1,000 cables. We have structure analysis, which just has a cost, but it doesn't have a reward. So it's probably just to unlock the rebar gun, we're first going to have to do 100 cables and 5 of those alien DNA things. And those alien DNA things, I believe, cost the alien proteins. So we'll have to hunt a bunch more of the little chargy dudes. We've also got this inhaler, which is a healing item that, to me, requires quite a bit more material than it makes it worth it. Maybe later on in the game it would be worth it, but right now it requires far too many materials. I'd rather just eat berries. And then we have hostile organism detection. Basically works the same as the scanner. That's going to be quite a while away because you can see this requires something called a crystal oscillator and high-speed connectors, which we're not even anywhere close to right now. We can unlock more inventory slots, though, with 1,000 cables, which is really easy for us to get at this point. Some of the other stuff we have, we can scan for the nuts. Let's go ahead and do that. We can scan for pale berries, but we're going to need to find one more pale berry first. And then the bacon agaric, we're going to need to find one, but they do stand out. They look like little clown mushrooms. And then lastly, we have the power slug. Researches the power shard. Or it researches the ability to build the power shard. And it gives us scannable objects, so we can scan for the blue slugs. We just need 2 more tubes, and we'll be able to do that. Overclocking production. Need 50 more plates. And one of those things that we just learned how to make. So we'll need more slugs before we can do any of that. And then the rest of this stuff we won't find until we actually find the materials themselves. The same with the hard drives. The hard drives we're actually going to find from dropship crash sites. But I'm not even going to try looking for those until I have a better way of traversing the environment, because this map is gigantic, and if I were to walk across it, I mean, I would die really quickly, but I couldn't even imagine how long it would take. The terrain is ups and downs, and that's why I build these big platform bases in the sky, because it's just so much easier to build a base on this. But anyway, let's check on where we are with the next research. We have Logistics Mark II. We don't need a whole lot, to be honest. Select it and give her what we have. And we need cables, plates, more concrete. I've been running my mouth for quite a little bit here, so we probably have most of that. Ooh, we have a good track coming on too. There we go. Oh, wow. I just got launched. So a little interesting thing about this kind of music, I believe most would refer to it as like lo-fi. Basically no words, it's just tunes. I've learned how to make this kind of music recently, and I've been experimenting a little bit. I might have a little sample coming to the channel soon with what I've been working on. But just giving my own crack at making my own music instead of using all of the music in the YouTube library that is available to creators and anybody else who wants to make a YouTube creator account. You can download lots and lots and lots of music for free. But instead of continuously using that, I thought, you know, I'm going to give it a crack and try to make my own music. Turns out it is not that difficult. Nowadays, the technology that we have makes stuff so much easier. At least that's why I think it's a lot easier. So we're getting to the point where we're going to need to let our machinery run for quite some time. But everything will be full the next time I go to stream. I think since this stream was to make up for not streaming on Tuesday, I'm going to spend a couple hours today just kind of filling up all of those storage containers. I'm not going to do any more tech. I'm not going to add anything more to what I have. Probably mostly just leave it running, and like I said, let all of this stuff fill up. I want to get a bunch of material in our storage container that we can feed into the sink. And I'll go ahead and remove that belt so that we can both do that, because we're going to need a lot. We can't get to the lights just yet because we need to get that quick wire first. But there is lots of other stuff we can do now that I want to do that will make making the rest of the base look so much nicer. We get conveyor ceiling mounts, we get conveyor wall mounts, and most importantly, we get the conveyor lift floor hole, as well as some things to make our power look more aesthetically pleasing. But the conveyor lift floor hole is very important because I'll be able to get rid of this entire thing, and we'll be able to just have a bunch of little holes right in front of the storage containers, and everything will look so much nicer. Foundations, I don't really care too much about any of this stuff. It's just corners and everything to make your base look extra pretty, but that's for later on in the game. Right now we're focused on tech. Again, we have walls, more aesthetic stuff that I don't care about. Architecture. A lot of this is also aesthetic stuff that isn't really too much to care about. However, what we do get is very useful. We get walkways and we get ladders. Ladders are very nice. I'm going to put them everywhere because I hate having to walk 5 minutes to get to a ramp to get up to the next level. The customizer, again, this is just aesthetic stuff for your factory once you get further on in the game and you run out of stuff to do or you're waiting for things to build up. We have a tiny little factory cart. It's quite expensive. It's kind of neat in the beginning. We'll definitely get to unlocking that. We have extra music, which is really cool too. We have a whole bunch of weird little tracks, and I believe this is all owned by the game, so it should be okay for us to play it all. And then below that, we have basically what are milestones. These are for you to challenge yourself if you run out of stuff to do in the game and you're just trying to earn as many fix-it factory points as you can. I had gotten pretty far with these before. I think I had gotten the second or third one of these statues, and I believe I had the silver hog from down here. But the rest of these, I mean, 100, 200, 1,000, that's a lot of tickets. We have equipment. I have no idea what this coffee cup does, probably just for show. And then the last thing is you can actually use your awesome shop points to buy materials. So we have biomass at the top, we have the first tier stuff all unlocked here, and you get this modular frame, which I think is a tier 2 thing, but for the most part it's tier 1 stuff. But if you don't want to use your points on junk and you've already unlocked everything that you do want, you can go ahead and exchange them for parts. But I am going to let this keep going, like I said, and the next time we come back tonight, hopefully I can stream again tonight, catch it back up, and get a little ahead. And we'll start working on the rest of the research here. We'll finish off the Tier 2 research, and we'll start working on the space elevator. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.